Hello, everyone, and welcome back to an episode of the Northern Block Podcast. It is Monday, September 22nd, 2025. I am your host here, Nordic97, joined with my other host, LeBlock James. LeBlock, how we doing?
Fantastic.
Yeah, you're doing great. Carolina Panthers, 30-0 shutout win over the Atlanta Falcons. I'm sure you're very, very happy today.
I was expecting to crash out all day, and I didn't have to do any of that. So it's a very good day.
Hey, at least you can have one good Sunday out of the 16 or 17 other bad Sundays in your life. All right. We got a lot to talk about here. We're going to talk about the Atlantic Division. We got some news around the NHL to discuss and a few other things around sports as well. So let's hop right in to the news around the National Hockey League. We're going to start off out of New York. JT Miller is the next captain for the New York Rangers. Miller was obviously with the Rangers prior to this little stint. He was acquired by the Rangers at the trade deadline, and he is now the 29th captain in franchise history. So, LeBlanc, I'll go to you first. How do you feel about this?
What are we doing? I want to just preface this as this is what happened, and this is out there. Where did JT Miller come from?
Vancouver.
What happened in Vancouver last year?
Quite a toxic atmosphere.
There. Quite a circus last year, and he was the center of it.
More or less,
and maybe things are different in New York now, but it's. I don't want to say it's a bad look. It's not a bad pick, obviously, but it's just PR wise, that's a little weird. I thought Trocheck was gonna get it for sure. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was gonna be Trocheck.
Yeah, I mean Miller definitely decent PR. Weird in a way. Miller hasn't been a captain. Sorry, let me collect my thoughts. Miller has been a Ranger before, so it's not like he's just got here and is named the captain. It does feel a little bit interesting. I get Miller, like when he got there, he was great, and I'm sure it was probably a motivating factor around those players. But with the toxic environment there with Vancouver, I was a little bit shocked to hear that it was him. But overall, it doesn't really matter that much to me. But I do think maybe Trocheck would have been the better option, maybe not. I mean, what do we really know? Miller could be a whole lot different than what the media painted him to be in Vancouver.
Yes.
The
other thing I would say is that they probably picked him because he knows what it takes to be a Ranger because he's been there before.
That is true. Yeah, that could be something as well. So I don't know. I don't really have a huge problem with it. I thought it was a little bit interesting. I'm like, that's interesting. What I did say on the Nordcast, because we recorded before, right when the news happened, but I said, I wonder what Elias Pettersson thinks. I wonder, he woke up that morning. It was Monday morning after we recorded, and he picks up his phone and he's like, "Wow, well, okay then." Yeah, so I thought that would be funny to talk about. But yeah, JT Miller, new captain of the Rangers. That leaves what? Boston and San Jose are the only two teams without captains now amongst everybody in the National Hockey League.
Yes.
I believe. So
I believe so. Yes.
Keep that in mind.
No, Bet's Backlund.
Calgary's
right?
Backlund, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on then from that, we got some Utah news. Connor Ingram likely will not be on the Mammoth by the next time we record, possibly. There are reports that Ingram will not be attending training camp with Utah and is expected to be placed on waivers when the waiver wire opens. It's a mutual decision, per Bill Armstrong, to try and find a player a new home. He was recently in the NHL PA assistance program after losing his mother to breast cancer. He enters the final year of a $1.95 million contract that concludes at the end of this coming season. Armstrong said, quote, "Through that process, he will either get a chance to play with another NHL team or he will go to the AHL to resume his play."
Okay, I was going to ask, is this a waiver for in terms of termination, or is this just gonna be a wave down to go play in the AHL?
A wave down to play in the NHL. So, from what I can tell, them doing this and putting him on waivers, I feel like it's kind of out of respect of the fact that like they're not trying to get assets for him. I think they respect this player in a way where he's been through a lot and they want to give him a fresh start. And I think it's mutual too. Like he had a rough go of things last year. I think like he wasn't great with Utah last year, but I think you could factor that in with his mother passing away. So honestly, I think to be quite blunt with you, like you look at the years prior, .907 and 23-24, .907 and 22-23. He's put up some good numbers on some pretty bad Arizona Coyotes teams. So I have optimism there that this guy will will bounce back next year. And honestly, I think whatever team picks him up could be getting a very solid backup slash third string guy. And he's not being paid like a massive amount of money either. So I don't know.
I think a team that needs goaltending might take a chance on him, but we always say, "Oh, this guy's hitting waivers; he's definitely gonna get clean," and then no one touches him because they don't want to slide. You know how the waivers works, right? Once you claim them, you go to the bottom of the list.
That is true. Yeah. So that's
until the standings start heating up, and then you go to the top list when you're bad. But you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to think of a team that like could use him, and like it wouldn't be a bad idea to go out and acquire him. Just scrolling through some of the ones here. I feel like maybe like I wouldn't be shocked if like maybe Pittsburgh tries to take a chance on him. They already have a lot of goalies in their system as it is. You could see like a Tampa Bay possibly if they have the cap. Like I don't know. It would depend, honestly. It is almost a $2 million contract. Nashville, maybe. They do have Annan in there. I think Ingram's better than Annan.
They're familiar with Ingram, though. Ingram did play in Nashville for a little bit.
He did. And actually, he was very good in Nashville as well. So just want to factor that in there as well.
Hey, Edmonton Oilers, your new goaltender's waiting for you.
The Oilers are there, too. I don't know if he's going to be the greatest replacement for Stuart Skinner, but you never know. All right, signings around the NHL. Not a lot of them. Nathan Walker extended with St. Louis, 2 years, $887K. He was good in the playoffs last year for the Blues. And then Michael Backlund signed a 2-year, $3.25 million deal that begins in 26-27. And obviously, solid contract there. He'll retire as a Flame, most likely. Not a lot of risk to that either. And then Wyatt Kaiser signed a 2-year, $1.7 million contract with Chicago. He was one of the 6 UFAs who are unsigned. That list is now down to 5. We're actually going to talk about that now because there's really nothing else to discuss before we get into our Atlantic preview. So, LeBlanc, the current 5 UFAs or RFAs who have not signed contracts yet. You have Mason McTavish, Luke Evangelista, Luke Hughes, Alexander Holtz, and Rasmus Kupari. So Kupari signed in Europe. So there's that. You don't need to discuss about Kupari. Holtz is not a huge one. It is shocking that he's not signed yet. Like, you're not worth that much, dude. Yeah.
It screamed. If you remember back, I don't think this might be before your time, but Julius Honka.
Before my time. Yeah, I know Julius.
He was a defenseman for the Dallas Stars, and he thought he was more than he was worth. And the Stars were like, we're not gonna pay you that. So he went. So at the end of it, he held out. He went past. I'm pretty sure he went past the signing line, and he signed in Europe, in Finland, and never came back.
Yeah, why the hell?
In Finland, he was hot garbage.
Do you remember what year that was?
Must have been. It was the year of having Nylander too, so it must have been
18-19.
I'm thinking it's either 18-19 or 17-18.
I think it was 9. It might have been 18-19 or 18-19 or 19-20 because I'm looking at the numbers here. Yeah. He had his career numbers in the NHL: 87 games played, 2 goals, 11 assists, 13 points. Yeah, you're definitely.
He was more of a defensive defenseman, but he was decent, but he was not worth the money he was asking.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, yeah. So Holt's there. Obviously, we'll have to see what happens with him, but haven't really heard a lot about them. What I have been hearing about is these 3. McTavish, Evangelista, and Hughes are the three that I've been hearing about a lot. We're going to start off with Evangelista, though, because I did get a report today from, I think it was either Saravelli or Drager. Let me pull it up here real quick about the current status on Evangelista. It was Drager. So Drager said in his tweet, ongoing discussions between the Nashville Predators and Luke Evangelista. However, the two sides remain significantly apart on money and on a 2-year term. The talented young forward has left Nashville and is returning to Canada to train while negotiations continue. So let me pull up the numbers for Evangelista here first, because I think that is important to discuss. Evangelista in his I think this was a sophomore season with Nashville. Third season, sorry. Senior junior year, whatever. 68 games played, 10 goals, 22 assists, 32 points. 2 years, I think like a guy who scored 30 points, maybe $3 million, $4 million. Like, we're not talking about a lot of money here.
It's not
And
a lot of
Nashville
money.
has the money to do that.
They do. They have tons of money, and they can afford to give him term too. They're not gonna, unless they have the best turnaround in NHL history. I don't expect them to be in a place where they're gonna be contending for at least the next 2 years.
Yeah, I don't expect that either. I mean, again, like this is one where like I'm confused why this is taking so long, especially if it's a 2-year contract. Like, just give him what he wants, unless if he's asking for like a ridiculous amount of money. Like maybe it's not the team here, but maybe he's asking for like $5-6 million. Then that's crazy. But like I feel like a $3 to $4 million contract seems like a fair deal. And if that's what they're arguing over, that range of money, what are we doing, Trotz? Like, there's bigger things to worry about than that. But
And
regardless,
I don't mean to shit on the credibility of Barry Trotz, but I think we said this before. Trotz is a coach that doesn't know how to let go of being that coach. He's got the coach's mindset as a general manager.
yeah, very, very strange. I don't know. I don't really know what to think about Evangelista, to be honest with you. Mason McTavish is one that is like, it's interesting. McTavish is currently up. I almost said overseas. He's currently up in Canada, skating with the Ottawa 67s. So he's in Ottawa. There, you can reference that. You did not just do that. I'm gonna ignore that you just did that. All right. McTavish this past year had 52 points in 76 games played with the Anaheim Ducks. Career numbers: 229 games played, 60 goals, 80 assists, 140 points. This guy he did have a career high last year, had 50 points. Overall, had a solid year last year. I don't know why Anaheim hasn't locked up this guy yet, unless if the ask is just crazy. But I don't think the ask is that insane.
I think he's worth his ask though. If you like,
I
McTavish
agree.
is no slouch.
I
Like
agree.
I'm pretty sure he got 50, at least 50 last year. I'm pretty sure.
So I
Getting
think
the
what it
numbers up
might
right
be,
now.
the money might not be the issue, because I knew there was something from Friedman a couple of days ago. The contract stalemate continues, but it's believed that the Ducks prefer to not do a bridge deal. So maybe McTavish is, and I've been thinking about this a lot. Maybe McTavish is trying to do a bridge deal short term, get paid a certain amount of money, and then when the salary cap goes up and when he's probably better in 2 to 3 years, he gets a higher pay cut or pay cut,
Yeah,
higher pay raise. So
McTavish. I have his stats here. McTavish in 76 games last year, 22 goals, 30 assists for 52 points.
okay, yeah, like he's worth his ask. Like, there's no question of that. If it's about the bridge and the long term, then I understand it, but I don't know. I don't really know if it's worth to keep him out this long. Like, if it's not about the money, if it's really about the bridge, just do the bridge. Like, I don't understand. And if you were gonna trade him, you better do it now.
Yeah, I was gonna say I feel like this is out of all the ones we're gonna talk about, this is the one I feel that it's gonna come down to a trade.
I don't know if it does, but I think it's the most likely of the
Most
ones.
likely, because like you look at Anaheim's center depth, they trade away Zegras, so
Yeah.
they do have a gaping hole at their number 2 center.
They do, and I mean Zegras really
No,
wasn't
no,
there before.
no, wait, no, they don't. Sorry, they have Granlund. They signed Granlund, so they still have a hole, but not number 2.
Well, here's the thing: you look at their depth chart on their center core. You have Leo Carlsson, Mikael Granlund, Ryan Strome, and then Ryan Poehling. Look, Granlund and Strome are good players, but if you really think that they're better than McTavish, and that's what's really what it's about here, I don't understand. I think Granlund can play wing too, so I do want to say that. But I do understand, like like if they were to trade him away, like it wouldn't be like wouldn't be the end of the world. I still think it'd be the dumbest thing they could do though. But the longer they keep him out of the lineup, the worse it's going to be. Because we saw, and I can speak for all 3 players when I say this, we saw with Jeremy Swayman. Now, Swayman's a goalie last year, or Swayman was a goalie, so it's a little bit different, but he missed training camp and he struggled. Now, I get these players are out training and stuff, but like it's not training camp. You're not playing actual games. You can't McTavish can't suit up and play for Ottawa. Like you can't do that. You're 20, 22, 23, I think at this point. So
He's 22. Yeah.
22, yes. You
You're
can't
not
do that.
getting that chemistry with your club as well. So you're missing out on that. You're missing out on, especially with a new coach and a new system. Oh, buddy.
Yeah, it's
Like,
not good. That's not good at all. I don't know. I really hope this gets sorted out like soon because it's a real concerning situation.
do you know what would be the biggest storyline karma, like revenge arc ever?
Oh God, what?
Tavish goes to Philadelphia.
Shut up. I can't see that happening.
I can't see it, but it'd be funny. Like Cutter Gochi, yeah, I don't want to be here. Maybe Tavish, I don't want to be here. Yeah, send me to Philly.
That'd be hilarious. I think
It
that
would.
would definitely
It's
turn.
very unlikely, but like it would be like it would like the media would just eat that up.
Oh, absolutely. I would pay to see that. But
Is there a team though that you think could like trade for him? Like would be one of the front runners.
I saw a lot of Ottawa. There's a lot of
I
speculation.
like I like Ottawa, but I don't think we have the money. We have the money, but I don't think we want to spend the money for him.
That'd be giving up on like I feel like what would you do to move around your team?
I'd be giving up on a Pinto probably.
Yeah. So that
And
would be
then
the biggest thing because you can't really like you have good center depth. Like I mean,
I
it
know
would be
Ottawa
great
has
to
good
trade
center
it.
depth. I saw a lot of Montreal though.
Montreal I did see as well because that actually does make a lot of sense and good for bringing that up because Montreal is one of those teams that has a gaping hole in their center court. Like you have Suzuki
Yeah,
and then you just kind of have like you don't have a
it's
second
just
line.
it's felt really.
Yeah, you could also speculate and say Carolina.
Carolina. Yeah, I think we talked about that earlier in the summer too.
I think we did, yes. And then as well as that too, I think an under the radar team is Utah because Utah's depth is not the greatest either. So I don't know. Like I mean, it's not fair to speculate trade right away, but
it's not. But we're getting up to the point where we got games in 3 weeks.
Yeah, less than 3 weeks. We got preseason going on right now. These players are missing preseason, so something's got to give here.
I think he'll go back to, and I think eventually one of them will swallow their pride. That's usually what happens.
I will say though, it's surprising to see all of like this many not signed at this point. Mm-hmm. And especially like this many guys who are like role players. Like it's one thing to see like, fourth line guys, some of them hold out, but like wow, like Luke Hughes isn't signed. McTavish isn't signed. Evangelista is not. It's just wild that there's that many of them that aren't locked up.
it's getting more. It's happening more and more each year, and I think I've said this before. I think players have too much control these days.
Old man yells at cloud. But you're right.
I don't want to put it like that, but like I get like you don't like you get what I mean though. Players have way too much control of what happens. I feel like they should be
I don't
able
know
to.
if they have too much control. I feel like they have become more not
Entitled.
demanding. What'd you say?
Entitled.
That's a good word. I don't want to say demanding, but they feel like they also aren't stupid either. They can see that the cap's going up and they can see that that's happening. And I think again, like what's going on with McTavish is that like he doesn't want to sign a big deal. Hell no. He wants to wait. And then when the cap's up even more, he can get paid even more money.
Exactly.
I don't want to
see all the like look at Matthews. He signed a shorter term deal to get more money later.
Exactly. So that's another thing you want to look at there too. All right, moving on then. We got Luke Hughes. Luke Hughes, I think, is a big thing because of salary cap. I think the Devils just don't have a lot of money as it is to lock this up. But regardless, I think what's going to happen here possibly is the Devils could end up trading somebody to sign Luke, which is interesting. But here's the thing, though. The Devils have $6 million in cap space. So what the hell are we doing?
But Luke Hughes, and I want to put this lightly, apparently, quote, he wants all the cap space. He wants to be paid, I think it was $8 million was the ask. That's what I last saw.
He'd be the second highest paid D-man on the team.
And I'm going to be very frank here. I don't think he's worth that.
He'd be making as much money as Jack Hughes.
Yeah. I don't think he's worth the same amount of money as Jack Hughes. You know, like,
or his brother. Yeah.
I think Luke Hughes being a little bit, what's the word I'm looking for here? Extravagant. He's being like a little extra when he shouldn't be.
Agreed.
Just take the 6.5 and call it a day. Like,
yeah, I don't know. I haven't heard a lot about him. I've heard a lot about the other guys, but not a lot about him.
You know,
so.
like Luke Hughes, like just like radio silence.
Yeah, we haven't really heard a lot. So that's a bit of a concern. We're definitely going to need to keep monitoring that as the days go on. But every single day that we go, like it's going to get worse and worse. These players are missing more and more time. I don't know. I feel like it gets to the point where like, yeah, you want money, yeah, you want this, but you get to the point where like you're hurting yourself more than you're hurting the other team in a way. In some instances. Because you miss that much time, you miss training camp, like you're not going to come back and just be incredible. So there's that. But yeah. All right. Let's move on from the RFA discussion. I've had enough with that. Let's talk about the Atlantic Division 2025-26 season previews. All right, so we're going to go
division of death.
It is the division of death. I absolutely agree. We're going to go through every division or every team. We're going to go from where they ranked in the division. So we're going to start off with Boston, and then we're going to end off with Toronto at the top. So without further ado, let's hop into the Boston Bruins, who last year finished with a record of 33, 39, and 10 for 76 points. They were dead last in the Atlantic Division. It was a really rough year for Boston last year. It started off really bad with the Jeremy Swayman talk, and then obviously they fired Jim Montgomery. They trade away Brad Marchand. A lot happened, but they go into the next year. They draft James Higgins. They go out, they acquire a lot of interesting players. You have Arvidsson, you have Izemont, you have Janot, Corrali are the guys who they acquire. Then they let go of guys like Cole Coep, Parker Weatherspoon, Jordan Esterly, Jacob Lauko, and then not a lot of other big guys there either. So Boston, in my opinion, I fear probably could be a little bit better, but I fear they're going to be about the same.
I think it'll be better than last year, definitely. 100%. They're not going to be a bottom 5 team next year. I will say that confidently.
Yeah.
However, Boston is the most polarizing team in the Eastern Conference because you don't know what you're going to expect.
Definitely in the
Either
division.
Boston is either going to be as they were last year, middling, not great, or they'll be in the wild card hunt.
Yeah. I don't know. So I do want to preface this. I have them, and I'm just going to say my standings placement now. I have them 8th in the Atlantic, but I have them 25th.
Okay.
So I think that should really tell you how, like, just insanely stacked this division is. Because I think even still, like, I look at Boston's depth. I'm going to be completely blunt with you. It's bad. It's so bad.
Yeah.
It's worse than it was in years prior. It's just not good. I feel like this team is going to really struggle to score next year. Like, I don't think Fraser Minnen's going to come in there and be this dynamic player. I don't think Arvidsson or Janot or Izemont are going to suddenly make up for the team's scoring. And not only that, too, you want to have Marchand. Like, that's a whole other piece that you're missing for a full year. So it's all going to be relied on for Pasternak to carry on that offense. I like the defense. I think if McAvoy and Lindholm can stay healthy, that's a good blue line. And then I'm hoping for a Swayman bounce back. I am hoping for a Swayman bounce back year. So we'll hope that happens here heading into this coming year, but not very high on Boston. I think they're about the same, I fear. So who's your MVP?
Pasta.
Yeah, it's got to be Pasta. I think there's really no other option there to go with. Who is your sleeper guy?
I have Kusendinov.
Ooh, good pick. I actually have Kastelik. Sleepy fourth liner. Sens legend.
Big Casty. Jesus.
Yeah, big Casty. I love Casty. And then your rookie. I think there's really only like one or two options.
Fraser Mid. I mean,
there you go. Fraser Minnan is my guy. Yeah, Boston for me. Just not a lot of thoughts. Not entirely too high on them. A team that I'm also not very high on is the Buffalo Sabres.
I have the Bruins in 7th in the Atlantic. Thanks for asking.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I forgot you.
I had them 7th, but I feel like they could contend to go up in that wild card race.
We've been doing this for almost 70 episodes.
However, if Pasta or Swayman go down, they're fucked. Like I don't mean to. Yeah.
We've been doing this for 70 episodes, and I still ignore you sometimes. I'm such a dick, aren't I? All right. Moving on then from Boston, let's go to the Buffalo Sabres, who finished 7th in the Atlantic last year. They went 36, 39, and 7 for 79 points. I see you pulling out that Febreze. They went out this past year. They acquired Josh Doan, Justin Danforth, Michael Kesselring, Connor Timmins, Alex Lyon, and Alex Georgiev as well. We talked about that last episode. You also have JJ Peterka, Connor Clifton, James Reimer, Sam Lafferty, and JBD as the guys who have left the Sabres. Buffalo, I fear, is a year away from being a year away still.
Buffalo, here's the thing. Like, I just did this because it's Buffalo. They've been sticking for 13 years. But Buffalo, like, the team on paper isn't horrible. It's just that the depth is not there. Like, it's way better than Boston's. Their decor is nice. I like their decor. Forwards, I don't know if they can put it together, though. Like, on paper, they have a decent team. It's just that, first of all, this division is horrible. Like, the division is depth. Excuse me.
Pretty hard ass. Pretty ass.
Goaltending is still a big question mark, especially if UPL going down.
Yes. UPL going down. I look at the forward core. I don't like the depth. I like the offense. The top 6 is looking good, but like, again, as you said, are they really going to be able to pull it together? Because there's always something that goes wrong. The decor is nice. I like the add of Kesselring. Man, I don't know. I really think this team is still a year away from being a year away. And honestly, like, their forward core, like, they're really weak down the middle, especially if Thompson is moving to the wing like they say he's going to. That leaves you with Josh Norris as your 1C. My
Listen,
God.
Josh Norris is a great 1C when he's healthy. The problem is, brother is never healthy.
Yep. Yep. I don't know. I do know. I don't know. Who is your MVP?
Rasmus Dahlin.
Yeah, I got Dahlian as well. I really don't know with Buffalo. Like I really don't know. And it's not me being mean, but like I just look at this team and I'm like, they're not that exciting to me.
I want to see them do good though. I want to see Buffalo actually do something.
I do. I'm at the point where like I feel bad at this point. I almost said I don't feel bad.
Like
But
I feel so bad. Like
for the fans, I feel horrible. I don't feel bad for the management at all.
no, I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad for Terry or Kevin.
Yeah. I don't feel bad for those people. All right.
I got 2 breakouts.
Okay.
I'm gonna let you say yours first.
My sleeper guy is Kesselring.
Okay.
So my rookie, whoever the hell makes the team. Like I there's no rookies projected to make it. Maybe Isaac Rosen. I don't know.
So on the episode we did with Bartner, I said Coolidge would be a breakout for the Sabres. So I want to put that out there as well. My other breakout, I have Josh Doan.
That's a good one. Yeah, Doan had a solid year last year with Utah. He's going to get a lot more ice time. I'm hoping for a breakout for him.
Yeah, so like new situation, like having something to prove. I think Doan's going to really thrive in Buffalo. Where do you have them finishing?
Is your 2 breakouts just making up for your rookie?
Yeah, I don't know who
okay.
The hell
yeah, there's really no rookies making the team. I have Sabres 7th.
I have the Sabres in last. But like you, I have them 25th.
That's exactly. Like that's how deadly the Atlantic is. So there's that. All right.
But here's the thing. I could see a world where Buffalo is in the race.
I can as well. I will say that. I can as well, but I just don't know like if
they can put it together, because first and also their coach is still Lindy Ruff.
It is. So yeah, and their GM is still Kevin Adams. So yeah.
Enough said. Like
enough said. Exactly. All right. It's time for the Red Wings. 39, 35, and 8 last year, 86 points, a struggling year last year in the Atlantic Division. They went out. They went to fix some of their problems. We'll see how it works out. They went out. They acquired James Van Riemsdyk, Mason Appleton, Jacob Bernard Docker, and John Gibson. LeBlanc, you have the double Fabrice. Why?
It's that decor. It's that decor. It is just still so bad. Like I know they got Gibson, and Gibson's a great ad. They got him for a great price. Yes. It's Seider, Edvinsson, Sherratt, JBD
on their depth.
Travis Hamonic.
Yeah, there's
Travis Hamonic.
I have to mention him. Yeah.
The decor still frightens me about this team. Like Detroit last year offensively was one of the best teams in the NHL when it comes to special teams.
They were, yes, 4th in power play. But you want to know where they finished penalty kill?
31st.
No, 31st. Yeah. They weren't that bad.
31st. Okay.
Give them some credit, LeBlanc. They weren't last. Give them some credit.
But
yeah, you're right.
And that's why that's where it comes in, because this division, I don't know if you know, the Atlantic Division teams got penalized the most.
Yeah.
Or they're on the power play the most out of all the 8 teams. The Atlantic Division gets the most chances on the power play. And when you play those divisional games against teams like Toronto, Ottawa, Tampa, Florida, who have really good power plays, you need to stop it. Because you don't win those divisional games, you cannot succeed in this division.
Agreed. Absolutely agree.
And then going back to their forward core, their top 6 is great. Bottom six, I still got questions. I still got some questions.
I'm a little more lenient on the bottom 6. I love the top 6. Top 6 is awesome. Bottom 6, I think you have guys in there who are going to play games this year, like Carter Mazur will see some time. I believe Nate Danielson will play. I think that we're going to see some guys come up into this lineup who could produce offensively and could be solid. I don't hate the ads of JVR and Appleton. They could be decent third liners. So there's that. Defensively, I like it. I like their depth chart in terms of goaltenders. I think that's good. I think they have solid goalies all the way down to their third string. Like, I think you can rely on them. But the defensive core, as you said, is pretty rough. It's looking like as of right now, you're gonna have Sherrod and Sider on that first pairing. Johansson, or I'm missing Edvinsson in there. Sherrod and Edvinsson on that first pairing, or Sider and Edvinsson on that first pairing. And then you're gonna have like Sherrod, JBD. It's not looking pretty. I don't know why. Why is he not on the depth chart? Anyway, it's from training camp. Whatever. Yeah, it's not a very strong decor. I feel like even depth wise, they're not that deep. And you don't want to bring ASP.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think he's ready for that. I don't think he's ready for it yet. I think he's a year away from being there. Like, he's 1 year away from being an NHL regular. I don't think you want to rush a guy like ASP, especially he's an offensive-minded defenseman. So you don't want to rush him into that, and you don't want to end up. I'm just put this very frank. You don't want to end up like Tyson Barrie.
You don't. You do not. I think he does. I think he will play games this year, though. So
yes, I think at the end, like after the deadline, he'll probably get in there, or maybe like in January or late December, he might get in there. ASP has a ton of potential. I really do like what they have in him, but you don't want to rush him.
You do not. Who is your MVP for the Wings?
I put Dylan Larkin.
I put Sider.
Okay.
Because a certain somebody will kill me if I don't. Sleeper / breakout.
Marco Kasper.
Yeah, I have Kasper as well. Another shout out would be a guy like Elmer Soderblom as well.
I also want to shout out Edvinsson. I think he's going to have a good year this year.
I agree. Rookie of the year, I believe. Who did I go with? I'm looking at my list. I went with Nate Danielson.
I don't know if he's injured or not, but Carter Mazur got the call up last year. I think he expect him to get some time in there as well.
Yeah, he played one game and got hurt at the first shift of that game and was out for the year. That just sucks. Bad luck. Some of these players have bad luck. Where do you have them finishing?
I want to put this out there. Detroit is good enough offensively to make a stride. They're bad enough defensively to not take that stride. I had them in 6th in the Atlantic, but I could see them finishing. I could see them getting a wild card spot.
I do as well. I have them finishing 6th. I can also see them getting a wild card spot, but I have them 21st.
Okay.
In the league. So there's that. Yeah, I just think there's a lot of things that need to go right, especially on the back end, that need to happen. So I don't know.
And I want to put this out there. I almost put Detroit over Montreal.
Ooh.
I was this close to doing it. This close.
Oh, well, we're hopping in to Montreal now. Montreal last year finished with a 40-31-11 record for 91 points. They were 5th. They made the playoffs. They lost to Washington in round 1. It was actually a good series. I will say that. They went out. They got some guys. They went out. They acquired Noah Dobson. They also got guys like Joe Veleno, Zach Bolduc. They let go of guys like Christian Dvorak, Joel Armia, Emil Heineman, David Savard, and Logan Mailloux are the guys who are no longer on the Canadiens roster. So, LeBlanc, you had the Febreze out there for a moment. You want to discuss why?
I had it for a minute. I was contemplating when I'm like, nah.
Okay. He was contemplating where they're putting the Febreze out there. All right. Montreal is always a hard team to talk about because we have opinions.
I have a very strong opinion here. I'm going to say it into my ring here. Without Jakub Dobich last year, Montreal might not make the playoffs.
Ooh. I don't know.
So, Montreal's biggest problem last year was they couldn't defend. And they went out and got a defenseman who is offensive minded as well. So I still have questions about Montreal's decor. The decor is not bad at all. It's decent. They got Lane Hudson back there. They acquired Noah Dobson, the guy who I was referring to, who's offensive minded defensive. They got Caden Gooley back there, who's no slouch at all. And after that, Mike Matheson. I mean, sure, I guess.
Yeah, sure.
But I'm not writing home about the decor. In net, Montembeault, I'm not sold on Montembeault. Doba should be the backup. I think he came in and saved their season basically. Offensively though, they have some talent up front. They got Suzuki, Caulfield, Demidov is coming in there. Slavkovsky, I'm still not sold on. If anyone needs to take a step this year, it's Slavkovsky.
Yep, I agree.
This team either is going to prove this was not a fluke, we're legit, or they're going to prove it was a fluke and they're just going to miss the playoffs.
I wouldn't say a fluke. I would call it like an overstep.
Like they kind of overachieved is the word I'm looking for.
Not a fluke, because a fluke I feel like would be something of the sense that like they make the playoffs and then they're dog shit the next year. I don't think they're going to be dog shit this year.
Like 2021.
That was a fluke. I think even Habs fans will say that was a fluke because it's not a coincidence that you just fall off a cliff the next season. Like that was a fluke.
Yeah.
But for me, whether they make it or not.
Yeah. But for me, Montreal has, so top six, like it. Bottom six, well, once again, like at most teams we talk about, I have questions. But I saw something on Twitter. Oh, the league's not ready for prime Kirby Dach. I'm like, I don't think Kirby Dach's ready for prime Kirby Dach. Like,
you need to stay off Twitter because that's not happening.
I do. I mean, I go out in the street and talk to actual Habs fans. So, but their center core is still. We talked about it earlier. Their center core is just, oof. It's Suzuki and the fellas.
Montreal. So last year, I agree with you. They had a pretty rough defense. Offensively, they weren't necessarily the greatest team offensively either. They had the 21st power play. Expected goals against, they were second last as well. So that's also something to keep in mind. Yeah, I'll start out with the forward core. I like the forward core. I got really no qualms with the forward core except for the center depth. I really don't think Kirby Dach is your guy, which is why we brought up McTavish earlier, which is why we brought up Montreal with McTavish. Besides that, I like the wingers. Boldu, I think, is going to be great this year. He scored 20 last year on St. Louis, and really nobody talked about it. Veleno could be a decent fourth-line player if he is only a fourth-line player. Noah Dobson, offensive mind there, provided on already pretty solid defensive core. I like the top four. I like the top four of Matheson, Dobson, Gooley, Hudson. I think it could certainly be better. You got to ask yourself the question, is that defense going to defend better this year? And with Noah Dobson coming in there, who was an offensive-minded defenseman and didn't have the greatest metrics last year defensively, I don't have a ton of trust in that. In net, Montembeault, I know they want to have Jacob Fowler in there. That'd be stupid for him to come right in there and play. He's going to spend a year in Laval. Yeah. So I want to say that I'm not very high on them either. I don't think it was a fluke. I'm just going to say that. I don't believe it was a fluke. I don't think that's fair to say. I do think, though, that this may have been an overstep last season. And a lot of the outlets that I've seen have Montreal finishing at 5th and outside the playoffs. And I am at that same spot. Now, I'm not saying that Montreal will be bad, because they won't be. They'll be a good team. But you got to look at what division you're in. You got to look at what conference you're in. And Montreal didn't do a whole lot to improve their problems. They didn't. I mean, like, Dobson will come in there and be great, but he's not like a defensive defenseman. I feel like they really needed a defenseman. Maybe David Reinbacher comes in and plays games and is good. Hey, you never know.
Yeah, he probably could. I think he will get some time with the big club this year. You're actually lower on Montreal than I am.
Really?
Yes, but before we get into that, who's your MVP?
Nick Suzuki. Obviously.
Nick Suzuki. My breakout is Boldu.
I have Hudson as my breakout / sleeper. Not really sleeper.
How do you break out? How do you break out from? Never mind. Anyway,
he wins the North.
I have Montreal finishing 5th in the Atlantic, but making the playoffs still.
Okay. I have Montreal finishing at that spot in the Atlantic, but missing the playoffs. And that's because LeBlanc, well, you got to monitor the Metropolitan Division preview. So for those who watch that, you'll know that there's a certain team out of the playoffs that is the reason why Montreal makes it. But I have the Rangers coming back into the playoffs this year. So that's why Montreal is getting exited out. But I do want to say, like, it's not like there's like this massive gap between them and 4. No, it's going to be like a point or 2.
Yeah, no, I'll agree with that. I think Montreal did improve, but they didn't improve the glaring needs that they needed.
Yeah.
And the media will spin it like Montreal did all this stuff to improve, and they're going to be, and I've seen it. Montreal's going to be a top 3 team in the Atlantic. I don't see that. And
no, anybody's just
Demidov 100-point season. It's happening. Let's relax. Like let's give the kids some time to play, and then we'll talk about it.
Yeah. So again, like, this isn't me being a Montreal hater because I like this team, but again, I look at this roster and I look at the other ones. Like, I think Ottawa got better. I think Montreal got better. I'll say that. I think Ottawa got better. I think Tampa got better. I think Toronto definitely got worse. Toronto will be better. Florida's the same.
I'll say it when we get to there. But Montreal, I'm going to play it safe because, if I don't have in the playoffs, how dare LeBlanc have Montreal in the playoffs?
It's bad if you do it. If I do it, it's just like, it's just him.
Yeah, but if I do it, he's a Habs hater. Yeah, and?
So there's that. But yeah, I don't have Montreal in the playoffs. And it's sad to say, like, I'm not saying they're going to be awful next year. I can't say that enough, but it's an honest man's opinion. And if you disagree, screw you. I'm kidding.
For me, I have Montreal. There will be the last wild card again.
Yeah,
I think there's a chance. I will say this. I'll be nice. There might be a chance they prove me wrong. I'm not saying they're going to be top 3 in the Atlantic, but they could be the first wild card.
I can't see a world where they get into the top 3.
I don't.
They're not better than any of those teams in the top 3 by a remote, like,
by a good margin.
Yeah, it's a massive margin. So just want to put that out there. Okay, let's move on from Montreal. We got the Ottawa Senators, LeBlanc's favorite team. So the Ottawa Senators last year finished 4th in the Atlantic, made the playoffs for the first time. They were 45-30-7 for 97 points. They went out, they acquired some guys. They brought in Ole Lykesell, Lars Eller, Arthur Kaliev, and Jordan Spence are the new acquisitions. They let go of guys like Adam Gaudette, Anton Forsberg, and Travis Hamonic are the guys who have left the Ottawa Senators. So, LeBlanc, heart over hype. How is your heart feeling about the Ottawa Senators? See what I did?
We're going to the chip. We're going to the chip. Let's go.
Jesus Christ.
No, we're not. Anyway, I can't say fully that we're going to the chip. Ottawa improved pretty nicely. They did, I would say, addition by subtraction too.
I would agree with that. Yeah.
First of all, Travis Hamonic is gone. Second of all, Forsberg is now out of the picture with Marilainen. Basically, Marilainen stole his job. Basically,
pretty much.
I like that addition. Bring in Jordan Spence was a very good addition. I'd like the add of Lars Eller. Kaliev could be a good bottom 6 sniper. As you know, Ottawa last year was one of the worst teams at 5-on-5. So bringing in 5-on-5 scoring is they need that.
Yep.
They really did need that. So I like those additions. Ottawa should improve on where they left off. They should go right to where they left off. Kachuk, expecting him to be fully healthy this year. Until the Olympics, when he actually does get injured again.
That always happens.
I think him fully healthy, like a fully healthy Ottawa Senators team, I believe they could be the third team in the Atlantic.
Possibly. I gotta ask you, is Nick Jensen healthy?
No.
Okay, so he's gonna miss some time.
Jensen might not be back till November.
Ooh.
He might not be back till November. That's why they got Spence. That's why they brought in guys like Lassie Thompson. That's why they signed and that's why Yakimchuk might make the team.
Maybe.
I don't think he's there yet, though. But
maybe they give him a little bit of a stint, give him a shot. Because last year he barely missed out. So
we thought last year he made the team out of training camp.
Yeah, until like the last day before the season.
He played so well in the preseason.
Yep.
And they sent him back to the Hitmen, which was eventually that was the right decision to do.
That was the right decision from the get-go, to be honest with you. But anyway, all right. Ottawa, my opinion on them. I like the guys they added in. I like Jordan Spence. I love Jordan Spence. I think not only that, getting rid of Forsberg was the right move. I think they have one of the more underappreciated goalie tandems in the league. I like their center depth. I do have some qualms, though. I really want Pinto and Greg to take steps. I really want it to happen. I love those two players. So it definitely needs to happen there for sure. Our Eller will come in there, be a good fourth line center acquisition. Again, I think like I like the forward core, top to bottom. I think it's solid. I do like the defense. The add of Jordan Spence in there, I think is going to work out. Tyler Clevin. I think with Jensen being out, Montemalo is going to get a shot to really gain a roster spot here too. And then obviously Yakimchuk you mentioned there as well. So above all, I think the Senators, I don't really think they're going to finish third. They're going to be fourth, but I'm going to be blunt with you. They're going to be fourth by like a pretty wide margin, in my opinion.
Really?
I think so. I really think so.
Because I'm putting on my defense cap. Ottawa missed being the free seed by 1 point last year.
They did. I mean, I'm not saying that like they're gonna miss. They have no chance of getting it. But I think it's just gonna be one of those instances where they miss out by like a point.
I mean, it's fine. Like I'm not considering like, oh, no, I get it. This is how it is.
Biased.
But I'm looking forward to seeing guys like Dylan Cousins going. If you remember when Ottawa acquired Cousins, he was lighting it up. He got 16 points in 20 games. Zetterlund, I want to see him bounce back and actually get to what he was in San Jose. Tyler Clevin, he came in last year, was a very big part of that defense. I want to see if he can continue to make those strides.
Yep.
Who's your MVP?
Oh, it's Stu. That's all.
My MVP is Jake Sanderson.
That's a good pick as well. Very good pick. Sleeper.
Who, Jake Sanderson is winning the Norris, by the way. Just want to let you know before it happens. Spoiler alert.
I need to end the show now. It's over. Who's your sleeper?
My breakout is Ridley Gregg.
Mine's Pinto. I was gonna go with whichever one you didn't pick. Again, I like those two players, and I'm hoping that they have a big season this year.
There's a rumor going around that Pinto might be the 2 seed this year.
Hey, if depending on how the training camp goes, it's not impossible he beats out Dylan Cousins.
I don't know if you saw it, but there was a photo. If you know Travis Green, you know how hard his training camps are. Guys are thrown up everywhere. It's a very intense training camp. It was Travis Green training camp has taken its first victim, and it's literally a picture of Dylan Cousins on the ice like he's dead.
I will also say shout out to Fabian Zetterlund. He could be another guy who you look at there too as a sleeper player. Rookie. Only option really is, I guess Maryland's still a rookie, technically.
Maryland is still a rookie, so I'm going to take him. But shout out Carter Yakimchuk, though.
I'll go Yakimchuk if he makes the team. Why not?
I have Ottawa finishing 4th in the Atlantic, being the first wild card.
So you had this whole thing about disagreeing with me, and then you have them in the same spot as I do.
Because I like to play it safe.
Okay. Yeah, you know what? Fair enough.
in this entire series, the only like serious hot take I had was New Jersey in 5th.
Pretty much, yeah. I played it safe with that. Not everything else, though. Yeah. All right. So Ottawa, very interesting team. I'm excited to see what they're going to do. I watched their preseason game today against Toronto.
Watch a little bit of it.
Some nice fights. It was fun. All
I
right.
got to see Michael Pozzetta doing goon stuff after the whistle. I thought it's always fun.
Is he on Toronto now?
Yes, he's the one who got out to really quick.
Yeah. Interesting. All right. Stanley Cup champions, Florida Panthers, are up next on the docket. They finished with a 47-31-4 record for 98 points last year, but who gives a fuck because they won the cup? Guys that they acquired, they brought in Jeff Petrie, Danil Tarasov, and Brandon Bussey. Yeah, of course, I figured you were bringing the Febreze for Petrie. The guys they let go of, Nate Schmidt, Vitek Vanacek, Nico Sturm, and Jesse Puljujärvi are the guys who are no longer on the Dallas.
They had Puljujärvi? They had pool party?
They did. He was on Charlotte. He wasn't up in
yes,
the NHL. Maybe he got a ring. Who the hell knows?
I don't think so.
Florida, very deep. Very deep. Forward core has like no changes, pretty much.
Very injured, though.
They are. Matthew Tkachuk will not play for the first couple months. So that is a concern, but like it's not. I'm not terrified. Like that happened last year, and they were fine.
Isn't it Tkachuk and isn't it like 2 other players? I'm trying to remember who else is injured. Now that we're talking about it, there's like 2 other players who are injured. Is it Reinhardt?
No, I know Tkachuk's the only one.
I swear to you, there's another.
I'll look it up, but give me your thoughts on Florida.
Florida's deep all around. They just won back-to-back cups. Like there's nothing about Florida, and they got better. They got better at the deadline last year, and they kept everybody.
Pretty much all the deadline players they got or have been kept. It's kind of wild.
Yeah. Florida is just a juggernaut, and I think they'll continue to be a juggernaut. They're the team to beat.
I know. Yeah, I think there's a really good chance they three-peat. Like there is like a.
It would be the first three-peat in NHL history. Salary cap era.
Yeah. For Tampa Bay, who was one team that came in there, who obviously
they got tired. They ran out of gas eventually.
Here's the thing with Tampa Bay. The other guy, by the way, LeBlanc, is Nosek. He was on.
Okay, Nosek.
Yeah. So it's just Tkachuk and Nosek. Here's the thing with Tampa Bay that's different from Florida. Tampa Bay had 3 Stanley Cup runs in the span of 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, you look at Florida, like, Tampa was just tired. Like, you go through that many runs, play that many games of playoff hockey, and such a short amount of time, comparatively speaking, is wild. So there's that. Florida was able to maintain this over a couple of years. Yeah, they dealt with injuries, but the team still looks dynamic and very healthy, and they will, mind you, they will go far next year. Like it's almost without question. Unless if there's a massive upset, they will go far. 100%. Who is your MVP?
My MVP is Alexander Barkov.
Good pick. That's probably the safest pick you could go with. My MVP is going to be actually Sergei Bobrovsky.
Okay.
So just going with a different guy off the board there. Sleeper / breakout. Mackie Samoskevich. There you go. That is somebody who I love on Florida. Like one of my favorite players. Little dynamic side to him. Hardworking player. Was good last year, honestly. So
and
like
the Cup champion.
He is a Cup champion. So like I think he's going to be a guy that really breaks out this year. Mm-hmm. And is very exciting. Rookies. Nobody.
Isn't Samoskevich a rookie?
I don't think technically, no. I think he played too many games last year. Let me look it up. I don't think he's a rookie. No, he played 72 games last year. He's definitely not a rookie.
Oh shit! No, he's not a rookie.
Definitely. No, he only played 4 in the playoffs. That's why, like, you might think he's a rookie. No, he's definitely not. But yeah, apart from that, there's like nobody. I'm even looking at like the article that I have here. It says the only guy who's like somewhat young is Samoskevich. So there you go. I mean, is Danil Tarasov a rookie? No, he can't be.
No, I saw him play last year.
Yeah, he can't be. Yeah, definitely not. 65 games, no way. Yeah, no rookie. Where do you have Florida finishing?
I have Florida in third.
I could see Florida winning the division. It's not out of the question. I do have them third as well.
So I have a question for you because a couple weeks ago, you were telling me that you could see Florida finishing fourth because of all the injuries.
Because they also play on cruise control. Florida is a very polarizing team. Wherever they finish in the Atlantic, you know that they're gonna dominate in the playoffs. It happens.
Also, I don't know if you remember this, but like I think not last year, but 2 years ago, I think both of us, or just me, had Florida in seventh, and I'm not doing that again. We're not falling with that again.
No, we didn't.
2 years ago?
No, we didn't.
Yeah, no, we didn't. No,
yeah,
you're right.
No, we didn't. Yeah, that was
podcast.
is probably the worst take we've ever had. And that's why I'm scared to like hate on teams, because whenever I hate on them, they end up winning the fucking cup. It's like screw you. I did this at Vegas in 22-23 and they won the cup. So I'm just gonna stop.
So chat, whoever we pick is gonna be bad. So New Jersey's winning the cup.
Yeah, honestly, or what? Boston? Like
Boston.
Who knows? All right. Florida's Florida. Moving on then to a team that is across the state. You have Tampa Bay, who went 47, 27, and 8 last year for 102 points. They were second in the Atlantic Division. Yeah, Tampa Bay, not surprising. The guys they brought in, Pontus Holmberg, Jacob Pelletier, the guys they let go of, Luke Glendening, Cam Atkinson, and Nick Perbix. Not a lot of changes to the Bolts. I think they're going to be about the same.
Yep. Not much to be done. Like obviously you could argue that after the 3 straight first round exits, they probably need to change something up.
There's going to be more pressure for sure. There will be more pressure. 100%.
I really do like this Tampa team. Once again, top 6, phenomenal. Defensive core, phenomenal. Goaltending, phenomenal. Their bottom 6 might be one of the weakest bottom 6s outside of Boston.
It's definitely, I honestly think it's like the second worst. Like I'm not a fan. I'm not a huge fan of their bottom 6.
Very top heavy.
Better than Boston. Sure. Yeah, very top heavy. I think it's better than Buffalo's actually, but it's not very strong.
I'll take Buffalo's on this one, but
really, okay.
Yes. But here's the thing: they're so top heavy that they can be carried.
Literally, yeah. Yeah. Who's your MVP?
Kucherov.
I got Vazzy. Vazzy's my MVP. So there you go.
Breakout.
Oops, sorry.
Breakout. Gage.
My boy Gage Gonzalez. Hell yeah. I love Gage. Gage is one of my favorite players in the league.
Yeah, he'll get a chance in that top 6, so I think he's gonna have a very good year. I have Tampa. Now I just shit on their bottom 6. I have Tampa winning the division. I
do as well. I know I just shitted on their bottom 6, but man, I think this team is going to be great this year. I think with the way Toronto is going to downsize and Florida is just Florida, they won the division, but no matter where they finish, they're going to play good in the playoffs.
You can argue that any of those 3 could win the division.
You could. I don't think Toronto does though. But yeah, I think Tampa wins the division as well. So I agree with that.
Yeah. And our last one is Toronto. But speaking of Toronto, before we get into that, have you seen Matthews getting pissed off about all the Marner questions?
I did see that. He's like, you guys have 2 weeks which is absolutely valid. Like he's not on the team anymore. Like I would get it if like we're at the point where it's like, oh, it's Vegas is coming to town, and you can ask him.
Yeah, but you seem to forget this is the Toronto media. They don't stop.
This is the fucking preseason, Toronto media. September.
And I remember last year. Oh, is it time to hit the panic button? It's the fucking preseason.
Yeah. Well, like what the hell are we doing here? But anyway, yeah. So Toronto last year they won the division, finished 52, 26-4 for 108 points. They went in there, they beat Ottawa, they lost to Florida. The guys they brought in Matthias Micheli, Nicholas Waugh, Dakota Joshua, and Henry Thrun. The guys they let go of, Mitch Marner, Max Pacioretty, and Pontus Holmberg. And also
God, it smells like overrated. Oh my God. Oh my God.
No.
I'm joking.
So I was watching the Sportsnet intermission today because ESPN has that for the first time ever, by the way. They asked, where is the 102 points going to come from in this team? And I don't know who it was. I don't remember these people's names. Somebody said that it's not going to come from anywhere. Like, you're not going to be able to replicate those amount of points.
It's I agree with. BXO.
I don't think it was BXO. It's preseason press. Remember, it's irrelevant people.
I don't know who was. I didn't watch. I purposely, when it's intermission, I purposely walk away. Like I cannot listen to the Toronto media just like glug 3,000 the Leafs. I can't do it anymore.
It's supposed to be a family friendly.
It's the truth. I'm sorry.
It is. All right. Actually, talking about the team and not the media. I like the top. Like this team's still good. Like I want to keep that in mind.
Still
but
very good.
You're missing a gaping hole in this roster. Matthias Micheli, I think, will be better than he was in Utah. He's going to have a lot more ice time to prove himself. Nicholas Waugh, good third line center, provides additional depth scoring in the playoffs. Dakota Joshua will be a good fourth liner. The defensive core, I think, is still solid, and I like the goaltending.
I think Toronto's bringing in those ads. I think those ads are going to equal to Marner. Maybe not equal to Marner's point total, but this team's going to be so much harder to play against.
Absolutely, I agree.
But yeah, you're missing Marner, and I'll be honest. There's a world where Toronto could maybe. No, I'm not gonna. No. There's no world that happens. The world is.
Say that. Oh my God! Don't speak that.
There's a world where they finish third in the division. I'll say that.
Well, yeah, definitely. I can see that.
Okay, there. Yeah.
Anything
I was gonna say. What was I gonna say? The world where they missed the playoffs. I wasn't gonna say that.
So I do have something to ask you here. Actually, I'll wait till the end. Who's your MVP?
William Nylander.
Ooh, I got Matthews, obviously.
Okay.
Sleeper player / breakout guy.
So I thought about it as hard as I could. So I contacted my Leafs friend. And I'm gonna go with Easton Cowan.
Ooh, interesting. I have Micheli.
Yeah, or I was gonna say Micheli, but I thought you were gonna say him, so I went with Cowan.
Rookie's got to be Cowan. Like
Rookie's Cowan, yeah. So I did for both.
I will say this: I think Cowan is going to be in the AHL.
I think so too. He asked me if they need to be on the roster. I'm like, it's gonna be any French player. That might make the roster.
Say French player.
Fringe player.
I say French. I'm like, Cowan ain't French. This also was in Montreal. But yeah, I mean, Cowan, I think will spend the year with the Marlies. But it's not impossible that he makes the team. Like, I'm not going to say that it's out of the question, but I don't know. All right. Where do you have Toronto finishing? Then I'll ask you the grueling question.
I got him second in the division.
I also have them second in the division. So there you go.
So did we just clean sweep this entire freaking division?
No, we had Boston and Buffalo that we disagreed with.
Okay. But the six are all the same for us. I mean, that's when we do this. Like usually we have like we always are on the same page. It's weird
because we're talking. We're like best friends and we agree with everything we do. So yeah, there's that. All right. So I have one more grueling question for you before we read off our final standings actually in order. So Carter, friend of the show, Carter on the Nordcast, had a hot take with Mike Bartner, because he joined the show as well, discussing the fact that he thinks in a hot take that Toronto may not be the best team in Ontario now. Maybe not standings wise, but may not be the best team in Ontario. So I gotta ask you for your input on this. And for those who didn't watch the episode, go watch it. It's a banger. And Carter really went in depth with it and did a good job. But I want to know what your thoughts are.
So, and when I do this for teams, I do this by like position groups usually when I evaluate teams.
Yeah.
Forwards, I think I got to go with Toronto. They have more depth in their forward core than Ottawa does. It's close though. Defensively, I'm taking Ottawa. I'll be honest, I'm taking Ottawa all day. Ottawa has better. I think Ottawa has better quality in their defense core. Toronto has more depth. Ottawa has more quality though. Like Toronto does not have a guy like Jake Sanderson. I would even argue that Thomas Chabot might be better than everyone in that Toronto decor.
Yep.
Ottawa's got good depth on the back end. Goaltending wise, I'll be honest, it's a tie.
It is. So I think both teams have a very good tandem.
Just hang on. But I'm gonna still lean Toronto. Ottawa hasn't proved that until Ottawa takes that next step there. It's still gonna be Toronto.
Respectfully, I think Toronto has more star power than Ottawa, even still.
Yeah, and Toronto has more star power. They have better offensive production up front. And until Ottawa proves that they can get over Toronto in the standings, seeing is believing. I'm not going to see it. I won't believe it till I see it happen. And until it happens, Ottawa is still going to be not the best team in Ontario. I hate to say it because I hate those guys. I don't like that team at all. But I feel like Ottawa still has maybe a year or two to go before they're legit contenders.
You know what, LeBlanc? Someday they will be at some point. So, yeah. I thought I'd ask you that question because we went in depth with it on the Nordcast, and I thought it was a fun topic to bring up. All right. So that does it for the Atlantic preview. Give me your final standings. I'll read off mine as well.
8-1 or 1-8?
It doesn't matter.
So, Buffalo, Boston, Detroit, Montreal in the wild card spot, Ottawa in the wild card spot, Florida, Toronto, Tampa.
There you go. All right. So then who is your MVP for the Atlantic? We've been doing that for a series as well.
I'm going to say Kucherov.
Good pick. All right. So my standings. Sorry, I'm just writing down his MVP real quick. My standings, I have Bolts first, Maple Leafs second, Panthers third, Senators fourth making playoffs, Canadiens fifth, Red Wings sixth, Sabres seventh, and Bruins are dead last for me. My MVP is going to be I'll go with Matthews. Matthews is my MVP for the Atlantic this year. Okay, so there you go. That is the Atlantic Division. Next episode, aka next week, we will be discussing the Pacific. So there you go. We got one more left.
Oh my God, the Pacific! Oh no! Oh no! Oh.
I have a hot take for you though. I think the Metro is weaker than the Pacific.
That is a very hot take because
I think it is.
Well, who is the Pacific's worst team?
San Jose.
Who's the Metro's worst team?
Pittsburgh.
I would take Pittsburgh to beat San Jose in a 7-game series.
I don't know what that has to do with anything, but all right.
I say it like this because the Pacific has the 3 teams up there, and then it's just pretty bad.
Okay.
The Metro has teams there that could make the wild card spot. The best after the top 3 of Vegas, Edmonton, and I'm going to say LA. Vancouver is the only team that has a shot to make the wild card spot. In the Metro, I could see Columbus and Jersey fighting for that wild card spot.
Yeah. Okay. Just my opinion. All right.
I mean,
So
it's not a bad opinion though.
okay. Okay. Yeah. All right. Let's hop into we got a couple of the news around NHL related. We got one more thing. The Oilers new alternate jerseys. They look like retro 80s style. They got the retro wording. I'll put a picture up on screen. They are the new alternate jerseys. LeBlanc, put the Febreze away. Come on. But
I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not a
really?
huge fan of it. I
Really?
really don't like it.
Wow.
I'm not like it's just meh. Like it's not bad, but it's not good.
I like it. I mean, I don't think it's great.
I want to see it for myself. That's what I mean. Like it's like I don't know if I got a pictures today from the Fan Fest in Ottawa. They had the new jersey on display. It's fire. Like it's I'll send you a picture, but now like in real life it looks fire.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm just not a huge. Also, I'm not a huge fan of white jerseys to begin with.
It's not even really white. It feels like a little
It's
bit like
clean.
yeah.
Oh, excuse me.
I don't know. It's an interesting one. Washington revealed their thirds, and I love these. They need to make these their homes. Like
I did not. Is that the screaming?
wording?
Is it the screaming eagle?
Yes, the Screaming Eagle.
Yes, those are sick.
Screagle. Yeah, we need to just like get rid of the wording. I hate the wording logo. It's my least favorite logo in all of sports. So just want to put that out there to the world. Also, Detroit Centennials. Beautiful.
They're
Absolutely. They are great.
Yo,
yeah, I think we're gonna end up buying one. Like not just for my girlfriend.
They're exactly how I pictured they were gonna look.
Me too, actually. Like that's how I thought they were gonna be. So yeah, those turn out to be a 10 out of 10.
My only gripe with them is that they have the ad on the shoulder.
They do. That's a little interesting. I don't know. We'll have to see what happens there. All right. So let's move on then from that. Let's go to our trends around sports. You guys might notice that I've missed a certain something in my NHL news. Well, Anze Kopitar is set to retire at the end of this coming season. So that is something. Kopitar is going to be his final year. It's his farewell tour. But also, Dodgers pitcher Clayton Kershaw is also retiring as well. And there was a magazine a couple of years ago of Kopitar and Kershaw on the front page of Sports Illustrated. And I'll put it on screen right now. And it says, quote, "It's on." And it's talking about Clayton Kershaw saying, quote, "The Dodgers have the perfect pitcher and he wants a ring." And then Kopitar, it says, "The Kings have a perfect player and he wants another cup." These are two iconic players in California sports. And they were announced that they're both going to retire basically on the same day. It's crazy.
Within hours, basically, of each other. Yeah.
Two.
I told Dylan Kopitar was retiring. Brother fell to his knees in a Walmart.
As he should.
Then I told him Kershaw's retiring, and he got up and we did one of these in Walmart.
He did one of what? What did he do?
He did one of these. Went around the store doing this. So, so my brother, he's a huge Kings fan, but he cannot stand the Dodgers. He can't stand the Dodgers.
He has such a weird phenomenon of liking teams. It's just very interesting.
And I'm like, so I don't get it. You like the Kings, but you hate all the other LA teams. I don't get it. Because all of his teams are based. So I'm gonna just show you his platform. Hockey, Los Angeles Kings. Football, San Francisco 49ers. Baseball, Arizona Diamondbacks.
That's crazy.
Basketball, San Antonio Spurs.
That's so fucking weird. That's actually so damn weird. Wow. Huh.
I know. It's very weird how all of them live like 2 time zones away.
Yeah. That's very weird. Huh. Interesting. But yeah, two iconic LA legends are going to be retiring. It's kind of wild, honestly. So There you go. You know, Kershaw is one of the short list of players who has had a no-hitter back in 2014 against the Colorado Rockies, I think. So pretty cool. But yeah, best of wishes for retirement to both those guys. We'll be monitoring Kopitar's retirement tour throughout the year. So there's that. I have a complaint. I have a complaint about minor league baseball.
Oh, no.
So this is Nordic going out of his comfort zone of hockey and talking about how he hates the minor league system's playoffs, how they run their playoff system. It is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. So the MLB playoff system runs it. The MLB is also very strange too. They have 12 teams making the playoffs instead of like, an even 16 or 15. So it's like half and half, but whatever. They have their wild card system. They have their division winners. Then I think they have 3 wild card teams from each conference. That makes up the 6 plus the 4, and do the math. There's that.
Yeah.
The MILB is very interesting. They use a format where it's like a half season structure.
Yep.
Where it's like competed for 2 separate playoff spots within a single division. It's so weird.
Yeah.
Because and I'm going to AAA here because AAA, obviously you guys know that I'm a fan of the Phillies and the Iron Pigs and the R-Phils. I worked for the R-Phils. It is the dumbest thing in the world because the Iron Pigs overall have the 3rd best record in AAA and they're not making the fucking playoffs. That is the dumbest thing ever to me. LeBlanc, as somebody who knows more about sports and probably baseball than I do, why is this like this?
They did this because they want teams from, because about minor league is there's like 3 different leagues, like actual like leagues of minor league baseball, right?
There is. So like obviously like it's not like the AHL. Well, even like the AHL, like you only play like teams that are close to you.
Yeah. So there's the Texas League, there's the East, like it's called like the East League or the Peach League, and then there's the West League. And they wanted to make sure that they were evenly distributed, that 2 teams from each division get into the playoffs.
That's so dumb to me.
And there's no wild cards, and they're not connected at all.
So it's our fault that our division's just stacked, even though we're
and it's been like that for years. Like,
wow, I think that's dumb.
don't, and MLB doesn't control minor league baseball because the MILB has their own governing system. So I don't know when it will ever get fixed, or if it's going to get fixed in the meantime. I guess it does suck that you have the 3rd best record in minor league baseball, and you got to miss. I know it sucks.
That's so dumb to me. And I know like people are like, why the hell are you just finding this out? I really only got into baseball like this year. So watching my team get 87 wins and being 20 games above 500, almost 30 games above 500, and you missed the playoffs, bro. That's just my luck. None of my teams can make it. The only team that is good is the Phillies out of any team in sports that I root for. I don't include the Eagles in that, by the way.
You know who's going back to the playoffs, though?
Who's going back to the playoffs?
Oh, the Blue Jays!
Oh, the Blue Jays. That's right. They clinched today. So there you go.
Today, they don't have the division. The division's not unlocked yet, though. They have 6 games left. They have 6 games left. New York is back by 2. Toronto has the tiebreaker.
They do.
So if Toronto can win 3 out, they can win 3 out of their last 6 games, they win the division.
Yeah. Do you want to go into a little bit of a discussion about the wild card race?
Sure.
For both sides.
Yes.
So we'll start up with the AL because the AL is interesting. So you have the wild card teams, you have the Yankees in there, you have the Red Sox in there, you have the Guardians and the Astros who are battling for a spot. So
because Seattle just swept Houston.
And
so Seattle's up by 3 games on Houston now. So Seattle's probably gonna win the division.
Yeah, the division's basically done. Cal Riley's been unbelievable. 58 home runs. Has the most home runs out of any switch hitter, the most home runs in Mariners history. Mm-hmm. So Wow. In a single season, by the way, not overall.
Yes.
It's I don't know. There's a lot of people I've been seeing saying that the Astros season's over. Isn't it only 3 teams that can, or is it 4?
Only 3 teams get into the wild card.
Why is the playoff line at 4? That's weird. Oh, because it's tied. Oh, okay. Yeah, so the Astros are tied with the Guardians right now, who are like red hot.
And the Guardians are they're acting like Detroit is floundering.
Detroit is right back up there too. So like if the Guardians, like, hear me out, Detroit is 1-9 in their last 10. They've lost 6 in a row. Like if things keep going the way they are, could the Tigers miss?
And I'll tell you, Detroit had a 12.5 game lead in July.
Yeah. Wow. Like I don't mean to beat down on them, like, but like I'm asking the real question, like if Cleveland wins 1 more game or 2 more games,
Detroit and Cleveland, the last series of the year is Detroit and Cleveland.
That's gonna be very interesting.
Yeah, our Detroit boys gonna be stressed. They gonna be stressed.
Yeah, we have a lot of Red Wings fans in our friend group that me and LeBlanc are in, and yeah, that's gonna be interesting to watch.
Yeah, I think New York makes it. New York has a 4-game cushion. All New York has to do is not lose out.
Yeah, the Yankees, I think that, yeah, definitely they're in. The Red Sox are in too, I think. I know the Sox are like
the Sox have a game above Cleveland, so it's basically Kansas City's still in technically, but Kansas City is out. They have to win out to even get a shot in.
Yep.
Texas they're hanging on by a thin hair. They're 5 games back in the wild card spot.
They've lost basically 7 in a row, though. I think they're done.
Yeah, so I think they're done too. It's a 3-team race for 2 spots, in my opinion. And those spots, I think Boston does play Toronto this series, so that's very important for Boston. And it's Cleveland and Houston. But if Cleveland can get the division, it'll be Detroit and Houston battling for 1 spot.
Jesus.
And if Detroit loses to Cleveland, they get swept by Cleveland, Detroit's probably out of the playoffs.
It's wild. That'd be actually crazy if they somehow miss this.
Yeah. So I think New York is in. Like, it says their playoff chances on the side here. Oh, they did. It used to in the other one, but
I think Detroit will make it. I want to preface that.
Yeah, New York has a 99.9% chance of making the playoffs. New York 99.9, Boston 92.8. Detroit has an 81.5, Cleveland 52.6. Kansas City is below 0.01. Houston 73.3 and Seattle 99.8 chance of making the playoffs. And Houston's below 0 now. So
one more thing to mention before we move on to the NL. So Toronto is playing Kansas City, and our friend of the show, Max Mainville, TKD Max BJJ, placed a bet. Where was it like Bo Bichette hits a home run?
It was Springer hit, and then like I think Yemenez hit, and then Blue Jays to win.
So he makes the bet. Home run on the first pitch for Springer. It's gone. And like, there you go. That's 1/3 of the bet hit. And I forget where I was, but I remember like
then it was 7-1 after the first inning.
After the first inning. And then
I gave him shit for it.
You were like, Max, what did you do? And it was like 15-1.
I'm like, you jinx. Why would you do this? And then
I couldn't
at that point, when I got home, it was like 9. I'm like, I'm not gonna watch this game. I'm gonna just chill out. And then I turn it on. Game's still on. I'm like, oh my god, how it's like 17-1. What the fuck is going on?
Everybody had a hit. I'm pretty sure. Like everybody had at least.
And then I'm watching the game, and as soon as I keep typing, more runs are coming in.
Oh my god!
Like, why would you do this?
Yeah. That was very, very fun to look at. But looking at the NL wildcard race, you got The Cubs who made the playoffs. Sorry, what'd you say?
The NL race, there's way more teams involved, though.
There is, absolutely. So you have the Cubs who made the playoffs. The Padres are 5 games up on any team. So I think they make the playoffs. The Cubs, the Mets, the D-backs, the Giants, and I guess mathematically the Marlins and the Cardinals are fighting.
It's kind of sad how Arizona sold it at the deadline, and they are on the verge of making the playoffs.
That would be that they pull a Washington. That'd be kind of wild.
That's how weak the NL, like the Mets. I'll be honest. I think the Mets are done. I think the Mets are not going to come back from this.
They're pissing me off. They keep winning games. I'm like, stop. Well, you know what happened last night and Saturday?
Yeah.
Inside the park home run, which is like, how? How does that even happen? Not only that, the Nationals had that guy, I forget his name, where they had that catch at the warning track where it bounces off the wall, bounces off the guy, he kicks it. Oh my God, that's gotta be some luck there for the Mets. And they're thinking too, like, oh yeah, we got the Nationals here, second worst team in the NL. That went well.
But Cincinnati keeps winning.
They don't stop winning, yeah.
They've won 5 in a row now.
Yep. As a Phillies fan, I hope they make it.
I hope Cincinnati makes it, because Cincinnati has been, I think they've missed for the past 10 years.
They've been pretty poverty. And that's what I hate about the MLB. There's just so many teams that have been so bad.
I would say this: when MLB, you're good for a very short window, and then you're bad for a very long time.
Yep. So
Cincinnati hasn't won a playoff game a playoff series since 1991.
30 years, crazy. So
more like almost 35 years now.
Yeah, 35 at this point. So crazy, man. It's absolutely crazy. Yeah,
Arizona has a chance. Arizona has a chance. The Giants have a very slim chance. After that,
Giants were right there. They were right there, yeah. And then
they're 3 games back. I want to see who do they play? They play the Cardinals, who are also in the race, and then they play the Rockies. So if they win 4 out of the last 6, and the Mets and the Reds and Mets lose out, they have a chance.
They do, but there's a lot
Cincinnati plays the Pirates and then the Brewers.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Brewers already clinched, so they're chilling.
And the Pirates, they're not.
Pirates are the Pirates.
Mets play what? Chicago and who else do they play? To wrap up their series, to wrap up their season. I'm trying to look.
The Mets play. Hold up.
I'm trying to look as well.
They play the Cubs and they play the Marlins, who are also in the race.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that'll be interesting.
And I don't think the
Marlins are
and they're both on the road.
I don't know.
I think the Mets are cooked.
Yeah, I think they're kind of cooked. What about the D-backs? What are the D-backs looking like? Oh, they play the Dodgers and the Padres. Ooh.
The Dodgers haven't clinched the division yet. Oh no, have they?
No,
they haven't.
No,
they haven't, because they're still fighting with the Padres, so they're going to care actually about those games.
Yep. I don't know.
Yeah. They play the Diamondbacks and then the Padres. Yeah, I think Arizona's done.
Yeah, I think Arizona's in trouble. But they played the Phillies and they won the series, but then again, Philly ain't giving a shit.
I think my outcome here, I would love it to see the Reds make it. I would laugh hysterically if somehow the Fish made it.
Oh my God, that'd be insane. If the Marlins pull it off. They're 9-1
past the Mets. They play the Mets.
Yeah, that would be hilarious. And that would be impossible either.
Yeah, I think Cincinnati has the easiest road. Yeah, they play the Brewers, and the Brewers, like I said, they're locked in. They won't really care.
I agree. Anything else in sports you want to
missing? And the Mets missing after getting Juan Soto.
Ooh. Cinema. Absolute cinema. I'd be so happy as a Phillies fan. I'm sorry. In hockey, I don't really hate teams. Just to be completely honest with you. In baseball, I can hate teams. I fucking hate the Mets. Hate them. So I would be happy if they missed. I'd be like hysterical. All right. Any other things in sports you want to talk about?
Is the U back for football? Miami.
That's kind of wild.
I have a Miami hat. It's upstairs. I tried to bring it downstairs, but they look really good. The Florida Gators look bad. Billy Napier's seat is red hot. Yeah, not a lot of upsets in college football this weekend. I don't think.
No, there wasn't. Wasn't anything that crazy that I saw.
Oh yeah, but Indiana put belt to ass on Illinois.
Yeah, I watched that game while I was dinner.
63-10. I watched it, and then after it was like 28-10. After it was like 35-10, I just turned this off. Let's just go watch another game.
Yep.
Oklahoma beat Auburn at home. Other than that, Tech came into Utah and put belt to ass, winning by 24. And then Michigan had a scare against Nebraska. And yeah, that's really about it.
Yeah, nothing that crazy. NFL, Eagles are doing what the Eagles do. They love to just make you like want to kill yourself, and they somehow come and win the game. Like I literally said to you, it's like 4 minutes left. The Rams are up by a touchdown. I'm like, the Eagles are going to somehow win this fucking game after being booed off the field in the first quarter. And I'm like, what did I fucking tell y'all? Like, what did I fucking tell y'all?
I think the biggest upset of the day was actually the Browns. The Packers were down in Browns territory to take the lead with like a minute, less than a minute to go. Their kick is blocked. Then the Browns recover the ball, run it down, get tackled, and then they go down to win the game on the very last second.
Crazy stuff.
And the Packers were like a 14-point favorite.
Sometimes it happens.
I think and we said at the beginning of the episode, Carolina upsetting Atlanta in their home opener.
Yep.
And not just upsetting, like shutting them out. Penix looked awful.
Yeah, pretty ugly game from him. Bears beat
the Cowboys. That's a pretty big upset because it ruined my parlay. You know, I wanted some money.
Yep.
A lot of crazy blocks. Arizona got a safety on the Niners. And the Niners come down the field with Mac Jones and kick the winning field goal. It was a crazy week for the NFL. A lot of last-minute games. The Chargers come back and beat the Broncos at home. It's a very crazy week for the NFL. And then tomorrow we got Ravens-Lions. That should be a good game.
Yeah, I was about to ask who do you think's winning that one.
I want to say the Lions, but the Ravens look too strong.
Yeah, Ravens looking pretty good.
But Lions at home though, and last time the Ravens beat them at home. I'm still go Ravens.
Yeah. Have you been like taking a little look at the WNBA?
Not really. A little bit. I saw what happened with Caitlin Clark. I saw the Liberty got upset.
They did. They were knocked out. So I thought I'd mention that. So there's going to be a new WNBA champion this year. It is between the Mercury, the Lynx, the Fever, and the Aces right now in the WNBA playoffs.
Sucks. So Caitlin Clark is injured. I would pick the Fever, but I really do like the Lynx. They're out for revenge.
Yeah. Isn't that Minnesota?
Yes.
Is the team? No, Paige Becker's on Dallas. So there's
Becker's on Dallas.
I got to be blunt with you. Like, I really don't know that many of their players outside of Becker's and Angel Reese and Clark and a couple other girls. So, but yeah, just a little bit of a wild prediction. I'll go with the Aces to win. Why not? No, okay. Why not? We'll monitor that here in the next couple weeks.
Pretty safe pick there.
Strange pick, really?
Safe pick.
Oh, safe pick. Okay, I was gonna say. How about really nothing going on in the NBA doesn't start up yet. Anything?
NBA's not starting for a little bit. But yeah, we got baseball playoffs will be coming soon though. We'll get our predictions out for that though.
Yeah, NHL preseason. One more thing before we wrap up. We forgot to mention this at the news video, but Bernie Parent, a Flyers legend, and honestly, in my opinion, one of the most underappreciated goalies of all time, passed away. Bernie Parent, like, such an iconic goalie, and really, he didn't play a ton. Like, comparatively speaking to a lot of other players, a lot of other goalies, he really didn't play that long. Comparatively speaking, he had 608 games played, only played like 10 seasons. Really didn't play a lot. But
for a goalie, though, that seems pretty, like, for starters now, that's like how long they start for, like 10 years.
Okay, yeah,
good
maybe.
Starters.
But
Parent was Pop's favorite. He was my Pop's favorite goalie. So
it was my grandpa's favorite as well. Such a fan favorite. And not only that, he was such a class act. He loved Philadelphia. Somebody who lives in Philadelphia. Just such a great person. I never got to meet him, unfortunately, but such an iconic character in the Flyers space.
May he rest in peace.
Yeah. May he rest in peace. I have a puck up there, and one of my fondest memories of my grandfather is whenever we go to a game, or we're going to go to one on October 2nd against the Islanders, he would always wear his Bernie Parent jersey. So always had a special place in my heart and a special place in just like my memory as a kid. It was pretty sad today to see that he passed. So
yeah,
rest in peace. All right. Well, that will conclude this episode of the Northern Block Podcast. LeBlanc, any final thoughts?
No.
A little bit under 2 hours. Not too bad. Not too bad. Yeah. We'll be doing the Pacific next episode. Stay on the lookout for our college football rankings and all that stuff coming out here next month or next week. And that'll do it for us. Thank you all for watching. We will see you guys in the next episode.
Ciao.
I just do what I do. See me? I just do what I do. Man, I just do what I do. To know if I do, I just do what I do. Check. That's the intro. See that? Yeah. I just do what I do. See me? I just do what I do. Yo, check. Let me flip this script. I feel privileged for all who can witness this. I am close to divine. Know the moment is mine, need no omen or sign. I sprint. Providing a back sound to all the squares that ask around. Be getting it. My skills pay me. Trying to get a million, baby, with an adopted flow that God gave me. Me now. Tell whoever runners that they spot is temporary till I take it as mine. I'm selfish. Your will. Tell Miss I'm on my wealth tip. So when we cash out soon, I'm just investing. No yes men. I've been a legend since before mom and dad had me and was best friends. I chew through comp, don't test them. I chew on tracks, cause after that I bless them. I just do what I do. You see me? I just do what I do. I just do what I do. I don't know about you. I just do what I do. Check.